ending this! This is the end.
Alright everyone, JB here. We're back with another Dragon Ball Z video on the channel today. Now today, once again, another week, we're here for a weekly crystal guide. Like I said, it's probably going to be mainly on Fridays now or Thursdays when I'm releasing these. So be expecting it on one of those days. Just depends on the schedule. Now, this week we're looking at a little bit over 3,000 crystals. Not too bad, but there are some things that I wish they would have added this week, like a raid as well. Because we have like 3-4 different new equips, a new awakening equip and all that stuff. So not much to really grind erasers for. So honestly speaking, with that being said though, if you're new around here, consider leaving a like on the video and join the channel and checking out the Discord down below. We're looking for members, so it's always welcome. Now we have our login bonuses, to start off this video. 2 of them currently is going to be the weekend login bonus and the daily. So weekend, make sure you're logged in over the weekend, which starts tomorrow when you log in. That's going to be 100. And then 70 more is coming from if you're logged in every single day. That's 10. It stacks up to 70. So we're going to hop over to the event tab. We got 2 things to talk about right here. So one of them is going to be this one, the Galaxy and Pearline Showdown. This one is pretty similar to like some of the previous events they've done before. It's like a little tower event, sort of, where you're just basically clearing each stage. The more stages you clear, the more crystals you get. It goes up to 500 crystals is what you're going to get from this. So just make sure you're building yourself a little decent team and just knock this out the way, right? Now, co-op is another one that got reset this week. Now this one, so I'm guessing we're gonna get a regular co-op soon, back again, because this one is a special co-op. So what they did was, if I'm not mistaken, they changed the challenges, because typically speaking, it's around 600 for this, because you will be getting your first time rewards and then your challenges that all stats up from each difficulty. But this week alone, until it resets in a couple of days, it's going to be around 340 crystals, because you're getting 10 from your first time rewards. That's coming from each difficulty. That's 40 right there. And then when you go to the exchange shop, there's going to be 300 more. Now for you, if you have not claimed it yet, it should be all the way at the bottom, all the way towards the bottom. You see, I don't have it because I already claimed it. I've already claimed mine. So it's 300 more coming from the shop itself. So for this week alone, it's just 340. So we're gonna add that, and we're sitting at around 1,000. Now we do also have some other stuff. I want to mention this in the that's what I forgot. This one right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and mention a Zenkai rush. Now this one, I'm just throwing it in there because I'm pretty sure we're gonna be getting a Zenkai next week. Whether it be a LL Zenkai or 1% Sparking, that's like another video. Like I said, I'm going to talk about in a different video. But I do already know some of the options that they can go to kind of give the right buffs for GT. So next week, expect that. This is like sort of a countdown. This is 4 days left on the until the next weekly reset. So we're going to add 300 more. And we're sitting at 1,300 right now. Now hopping over here to the missions tab. We have probably just 2 things. We have daily stamp. I already completed mine, just resetted mine. So this one, as always, it's 500 every week, 1,000 over 2 weeks. We're doing this on a weekly basis, so we're gonna add that 500. And then we also have the mission plan, which is going away in 5 days. So make sure you're hopping on, doing your missions on here. Pretty simple stuff. Pretty much most of it is just you playing the game. Just play some of the events in the game itself. But that's another 500 to add on to that. Now, besides that, we're gonna go ahead and add this. It's 50 also coming from the adventures. Not a whole lot, but better than nothing, right? And also make sure you guys are collecting these. These are based on like PvP, because once the reset happens next week, you're not gonna be able to collect these anymore. So make sure you're just doing basically just PvP. You're just playing it. And pretty much you're gonna get these, and there's crystals still in the shop if you haven't claimed them as well, from like the exchange shop, from when they had what was it, the previous raid? I think it was Ginyu. Yeah, it was the Ginyu Force. Same thing with Tournament of Power. Now honestly speaking, like I said, this is always dependent on you, on what league you're in. But I always mention 2 different leagues. So let's just say, for example, if you're in a league like me, that's 200 right there, right? 200 coming from this, the final boss. There's another 100 coming from the missions. And then if we hop over to the rankings, go to season details, you're going to get another 100 based on your points, which if you're playing the entire thing, you're going to get over those points right there, 27. So right now we're at 400, right? And if you're in the top 10%, that's 700. It's not bad, right? It's not bad at all, but it just depends on your score, right? So unless you're getting into like the higher scores, it's not, I wouldn't say that A League is something that's very profitable, right, in terms of crystals. I always say it's dependent on you. You know, you can still get those rewards and stay in the same league, because you have to get like a certain amount of a ranking to, you know, go to the next league. But I always mention S League and Z League. Now the S League, you're gonna be getting around 850, and that's at like the bare minimum. If you're in like the top 20%, top 10%, that's around the bare minimum. But 1500 is possible if you're in the Z League, and you can potentially get more if you're a high ranking, you know, top ranking person in there. So that's all up, and it's really just dependent on you. Now for me, it would be less than 850, but I'm gonna add 850 because I would assume that, you know, if you're watching it and you play Tournament Power more than me, because I definitely don't play it as much, you're probably in the S League or higher, or you're in the A League like me, and you're just kind of just chilling right there. But besides that, I believe that's it. Well, there is one more thing. I almost forgot. We have this reset in a couple days. So if you haven't gotten, you know, some of these missions done all the way just yet, go ahead and finish these now, because next week, on the 1st, when it comes up, this is resetting. So we're gonna add 250 at the bare minimum. Just everyone should be at least around 250, 200. Real simple if you've been playing the game. If you've been playing the game a lot, you should be up in the 300s. But I'm gonna add it, you know, like I said, the 250. We're gonna add that. We also have the Let's Fight. There's one thing that I almost forgot. I almost forgot it, but it happens, right? This is the same thing like I mentioned before. Just bring you a team for friendship, to rank up your friendship ranking, and to make sure that their friendship rank 1 or 2. And I never mentioned this before. Make sure you guys are bringing these equips right here. These are like the friendship bonus equips to help you, you know, gain more points. But the more points you gain on top of these equips, you get more crystals. So like I said, if you're bringing someone that's like friendship rank 1 and you equip this on them, you're gonna be looking at some decent amount of crystals. It stacks up. So we're gonna add 150, because 150 is like the bare minimum you should be getting from this if you're doing it every day. I've seen some people get up to 200. It's just dependent, right? But here you go. That's the end amount of this week. We're looking at over 3,500 crystals. At the end of the day, if you've already done some of these things, it might be less, you know. Maybe that's on your boy right here for getting the video out late, but schedule is tight. We got it out. Here you are. Not a bad week, but hopefully we get something next week as well, besides the PvP reset. So with that being said, though, that's the end of today's video. As always, everyone have a blessed day. It's your boy JB. I'm out.